The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage. Scrimmage, second down. Now here's Young. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. You look at this Packers defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. In motion, the tight end. Young to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 55 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Young going to give to Brooks. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The Panthers at 0-7, winless to start the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
2nd and 9. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now 2nd and 9. Now Young. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed that went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Ready. 3rd and 12. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Out of the gun, it's Young. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. In motion comes the tight end left. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You look at this Carolina defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Throwing. Love. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Young going to give it up on the touch pass. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. And they just get the play off. Now Young. Finding Sanders on the crossing route. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's a 2nd and 5. This to Jacobs on the toss right. Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Now Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw now. Here's Love. Flushed out right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Love now. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Now a give to Brooks running right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now a 3rd and 6. Young to throw it. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He finds his man complete. It's Beck. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake, Young. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Young now. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touchdown. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw, Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career. And why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Now a 2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Moore, the man in motion. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. On play action. Love to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Out to his left. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Now a 2nd and 2. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Love from the gun.
This completes to the tight end, Tucker Kraft.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the 2 now, second and goal. Love.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Amari Barno.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Love back to it here after the pick 6. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And his throw here's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Love. That one taken in by Adams. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Second down and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Working out of the gun. Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off
or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout, and that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll try to throw now. Young. His throw incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Young. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Throwing. Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. Touchdown, Packers! Jaden Reed, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Final minute now of the third quarter. Young will set to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down.
Looking to throw. Young. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw now. Here's Love. Out to the left here to Reed. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Love now. That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
To the air again, Love. A short throw to Musgrave.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Now Love.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. Third and goal. Operating from the gun. Love. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s? Oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly.
Throwing after the interception. Love. The left side throw complete to Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right.
That's to the tight end, Musgrave.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Back to throw now on first down. And now here's another interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Love looking to throw it. Being chased out left. And he takes a shot.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Love.
That's complete to Wicks.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Glove. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Let's go.
One last shot now for Love.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner,